Hi everybody! Last time we finally started building the capital city. The castle is on one side of this beautiful coastal valley, and to start off we put a cathedral that I'm standing in front of here on the other side of the valley. I can't wait to add more to this city. There's a little something about the cathedral from last episode that I need to show you guys. Kind of a secret. You see, I put prismarine around the outside of the towers. It's just this little strip, you can see it kind of above the white wall, and on the front side it's all prismarine. On the back side I ran out and it's just warped wood because prismarine was expensive. I'd killed a few guardians already, so I had a small number of the shards, and I had a few picked up from sunken treasure chests that I discovered, but it wasn't enough. The thing is, I really love building with prismarine, and I would like it to be a more regular block and dark prismarine. I mean, I like regular prismarine too, but I guess specifically I'm talking about the dark prismarine. My mission for today, get more of it. I'm over here in my trading village and I'm fishing, which may seem like an odd thing, but what I really am looking for are the puffer fish so that I can make myself a bunch of potions, underwater breathing potions that I can use when we go raid the nearest guardian temple. I actually like fishing in this game from time to time because it gives me a chance to think, but here we have the puffer fish. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna get a few more. With the pufferfish and other supplies in hand, I popped over here to my little brewing area. I need to put a bunch of potions together, invisibility potions as well as underwater breathing potions. After packing up all my supplies to go raid the temple, I went off and found one that's actually fairly close to the trading village that I was at. I took the potions, went down, and started. You have to take care of the guardian first. The three big guardians, they give you mining fatigue, and then you can't mine and get anything. So using the TNT trick where the sand drops on it, you can pop in and take care of those guardians. The first one is usually just in the top, right in the middle. I got really lucky. The very first guardian I took out, I got something kind of cool. A guardian head, which is my very first guardian kill, so I kind of thought it was cool that I got the head for it. It's a bit of a rare drop, so it was nice. The mob head drops that I get in the game are from the More Mob Heads mod pack that I have added, just in case you're curious. Next up is to take care of the other two of the big guardians, and there's usually two kind of limbs to this whole place as you're going into it. You're gonna go all the way to the end of them, and that's where you kind of get down in so you can find the other two. I was able to jump in and take care of that second one really quickly, super close to where I blew the hole, and then the third one, just the same, as long as you're invisible, breathing underwater because of your potions, and you know where to look, these are actually pretty easy to do. With the third guardian all taken care of, it was time to turn my attention to the actual farm. We might drain an entire guardian temple in the future, but that is not my goal. For today, my goal is simply to outline this thing, find where its kind of limits are, and then put together a small farm, just enough so that we have a regular supply of all the prismarine blocks. I used a tutorial from Cortezerino on YouTube, and I'll put a link to that particular tutorial in the description of this video. My next idea might have been a little insane. You see, there were a lot of squid, and I noticed there was a lot of ink sacs, and I thought it might be easier if I used our pretty friendly little allies to pick those ink sacs up and drop them off either at me or on a note block. So I grabbed a couple of them from my homestead and started heading over to the guardian farm. These guys are so hard to move. I wish they would just stay on the leads, but one way or another, I was able to get them over so we could put them in place. Once we got them over where they're supposed to be, I put some music on because they like dancing to the music, and that allows you to give them a crystal shard, one of the amethyst crystals, to duplicate them. With a bunch of valet over here, I gave them the ink sacs so that they would go collect them and bring them back to me. I figured up a whole little system and a collection stuff and got it all ready to go because I wanted them in place before AFKing the farm. This farm was so easy to put together, and it was already working while I was just kind of experimenting with the allays, which brought me nothing. 30 minutes of AFK, and absolutely none of the allays brought ink sacs. I don't think they're going to work during AFK, but they were working when I was standing over here. As for the supplies, look at all the goodies. No, keep in mind, this was only 30 minutes, so it was not very much time that I was just kind of sitting and letting the farm work. My ink sac idea might have been a bust, but the farm itself is a definite success, and it was really easy to put together, so I definitely recommend the video if you need to do a little bit of a prismarine farm and you just have you're not trying to do it for a whole server. After finishing the project, I was able to stock up the entire wall of supplies in my storage room that work for the Guardian farm, and it just looks so pretty. I love when everything is just right where it's supposed to be. So here I am today, and I'm thinking, my ink sac idea, not a good one. Didn't work at all. So I'm gonna have to do this the manual way. So this is how I get my ink sacs. I come over to my little lake here by my homestead, which is always full of squid, and I shoot them from the banks, and then I pop in and collect them. I'm thinking it might actually be faster with my sword because my sword has looting on it. So this is what I'm consigned to. I need to figure out a better way to get black dye, but at least for this episode, I'm just gonna sit over here in my lake and gather up as much of it as I can. How do you guys go about getting lots of black dye? Let me know in the comments because I need some suggestions. It's time to get our actual building done for the day. I'm going to start putting some supplies together. I need lots of stone, and I want to get a lot of mossy stone as well. We are going to add some houses to the city. Just below the cathedral, I thought a couple of really big, beautiful houses would be nice. I'm putting all the stuff into some shulker boxes. You can see I've got a variety of different woods, and I definitely have those teal colors. I have a lot of supplies on hand, but it looks like I'm really low on mossy cobble and mossy bricks, stone bricks. Fortunately for me, I made a moss farm several months back, so I'm just gonna pop in here and run it for a little while so we can get the supplies we need for all the cobbled stone and cobbled stone bricks. This farm is also super fast. I'm so glad that I put it together because now I have everything I need to whip these things into gear super easily. I made up a bunch of extra mossy stone bricks because I love this particular block, and I'm dropping it off right now. The next thing I'm packing up are more supplies, of course. For our buildings today, I want terracotta, green terracotta, both regular and lime, which doesn't look like I have a lot of it. And I'm picking up some green concrete while I'm over here too. It looks like I'm gonna have to smelt up some more green terracotta. At the other end of my storage unit, I'm grabbing dried kelp blocks, and this is a block I actually don't see a lot of people use, but I like it with my green terracotta and concrete. As long as you kind of use it in moderation, it has a really deep green color. Another underutilized block that I'm coming over to gather is beehives. Well, I'm getting a bunch of honeycomb so that I can make a bunch of beehives because it's actually a really beautiful building block. My project shulkers are actually in great shape. I have almost everything I need, except I still need more dark prismarine. And that is because I need more ink. Now that I have all of the ink sacks I need for black dye to make dark prismarine, it's time to go over and actually start the process. So we're going to level up the ground and do a little terraforming. My area is all laid out and ready to go. You can see I have plots put together kind of in this little corner for two big, beautiful houses that are going to be at the base of the hill where our cathedral is. All my supplies are set out over here, and someone had asked me in a comment what kinds of things I bring with me. So you can see here are all the supplies that I've put together specific for the building project today. That's these purple ones here. There's actually a couple of them, so you can see the different wood and wall and roof colors that I have picked out to put these two big beautiful builds together. There's some extra blocks I usually keep with me. This is glass and lanterns, sometimes black stone just as that really deep block, and things for chimneys. The shulkers and back are where a little more preparation lies. So this one here are my decoration bits, and I keep this stocked up with just a lot of random things that make good decorations, particularly for interiors when I'm putting things and builds together. Also in my sort of stash of goodies is a landscaping box. This has a variety of different things for all of the prettying, and then of course a wood box, saplings and extra wood of all the different types because you never know what you're going to need, and then usually one of stone or whatever pathing block I'm using. I've decided to stick with the really classic road for this medieval capital city. So it's stone bricks, a little bit of gravel, andesite, and probably just a few basic grass blocks mixed in between. All right, I think it's time to put these builds up. These are what I call bread and butter builds, which means they're just really fun, easy, straightforward medieval houses, and I love building them. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and I wish you all the best. Minecraft Day.